Welcome to Divine Therapy Inc. Before we begin this journey together, I want you to find a place where you can be completely undisturbed. This is a sacred time. This is a conversation between the version of you that is breathing right now and the version of you that is waiting to be born. If you are feeling a heavy weight in your heart today, if the world feels like a cold and colorless place, or if you are questioning why you should even take the next breath, this story is a gift for you. We are going to explore the profound value of your life through the eyes of the one person who knows you better than anyone else. Today, we listen to a story about a young man named Julian and the letter that traveled through time. Julian lived in a world that felt like it was made of lead. Every morning, he woke up with a crushing sensation in his chest, as if an invisible hand were pressing him down into the mattress. He was young, but his spirit felt ancient and tired. He looked at the people around him and saw them laughing, moving, and planning for the future, but to Julian, those people seemed to be living on a different planet. He felt like a ghost haunting his own life. He was convinced that he was a burden to his family, that his friends only tolerated him out of pity, and that the world would be a quieter, better place if he simply vanished from the equation. He had begun to believe the most dangerous lie the mind can tell, that his story was already finished. One Tuesday evening, when the rain was streaking the windows like tears, Julian sat at his desk with a heavy heart. He was looking at his life and seeing only a series of empty rooms. He felt he had reached the end of his strength. Just as he was about to give up, he noticed a strange envelope tucked under his keyboard. It was made of thick, cream-colored paper that felt warm to the touch, almost as if it had a heartbeat. There was no stamp and no return address. On the front, in a handwriting that looked hauntingly familiar, were the words, "To Julian, from the man you will become." With trembling hands, Julian opened the letter. As he began to read, the room around him seemed to grow soft and golden, and the cold leaden feeling in his chest began to melt. The letter started with these words, "My dear Julian, I am writing this to you from 20 years in your future. I am sitting on a porch overlooking a garden that we planted with our own hands. I am drinking a cup of coffee, and the sun is warming my face. I know exactly where you are right now. I remember that Tuesday night. I remember the weight of the lead. I remember the way the rain looked on the glass. I am writing to you because I need you to stay. I am writing to because if you leave now, you are not just ending your pain, you are erasing my life, and the lives of so many others who haven't met us yet." The letter continued, describing things Julian couldn't possibly imagine. It told him about a woman named Elena, whom he would meet 3 years from now in a crowded library. It described the way her eyes crinkle when she laughs and the way she will hold his hand during the difficult seasons of their life. The letter spoke of 2 children, a girl with Julian's nose and a boy with his curiosity, who will call him Dad and look to him for safety and wisdom. Julian felt a strange jolt in his heart. He realized that if he stopped today, these children would never exist. Their laughter would be silenced before it ever began. He realized that his life was not a private room. It was a bridge that hundreds of people were waiting to cross. The letter grew more detailed, traveling through the years. It told Julian about the career he would find, not the one he was failing at now, but a calling that would allow him to use his sensitivity to help others who are hurting. It told him about the lives he would save simply by being a person who listens. It told him about a sunrise he would see on a mountain in Italy that would make him weep with the sheer beauty of being alive. It told him about the quiet Tuesday nights 20 years from now where he would sit in peace, thankful for the boy who decided to keep breathing when it was hard. "I need you to understand the loss," the letter whispered. "If you choose to leave, you are not just leaving behind the sadness. You are stealing the mother from those children. You are stealing the husband from Elena. You are stealing the friend from the people who will need your strength 5 years from now. You are leaving a hole in the universe that can never be filled by anyone else. The pain you feel right now is vast, I know. It is a storm that has blocked out the sun. But storms are not permanent residents, they are travelers. They pass. And when this one passes, the soil of your soul will be rich and ready for a growth you cannot yet see." Julian looked at his hands. For the first time, he didn't see them as we. He saw them as the hands that would one day plant that garden. He saw them as the hands that would hold his children. The letter explained that there is a version of his life that is successful, happy, and full of light, and that version is only possible if he stays to build it. It compared his life to a parallel person who was exactly like him, but who chose to stay. That parallel person didn't have a life free of trouble, but they had a life full of meaning. They had the scars of the battle, but they also had the crown of the survivor. The letter ended with a powerful request: Julian, do not judge your whole book by this one dark chapter. You are currently in the middle of a forest, and because you are in the trees, you cannot see the meadow that lies just a few miles ahead. I am standing in that meadow, and I am telling you, it is beautiful. It is worth the climb. It is worth the struggle. When you feel like you cannot go on for yourself, go on for me, go on for the man I am today, who is so glad that you chose to live. Go on for the children who are waiting to be born. Go on because the world needs the light that only you can carry. Julian folded the letter and tucked it into his pocket, right against his heart. The leaden feeling was not entirely gone, but it had shifted. It felt more like an anchor now, something that held him to the earth rather than something that drowned him. He stood up and walked to the window. The rain had stopped. In the distance, between the dark clouds, he saw a single, bright star. He realized that his future self was not a fantasy, it was a destination. And he was the only one who could make the journey. If you are listening to this today and you feel like Julian felt before he found the letter, I want you to imagine that your own future self is sitting right beside you. Imagine them placing a hand on your shoulder. They are older, wiser, and they have walked through the fire you are in right now. They are looking at you with infinite compassion, and they are saying the same thing: please stay. The world is not better without you, it is darker without you. You are a vital thread in a grand tapestry, and if you pull yourself out, the whole design begins to unravel. Consider the losses. Think of the people you haven't met yet who will love you. Think of the sunsets you haven't seen. Think of the small acts of kindness you are destined to perform. You are not a burden, you are a treasure in progress. Your pain is real, but it is not your identity. It is a season, and like every winter, it must eventually give way to spring. You have a 100% success rate of getting through your hardest days. You are a survivor by nature. Take a deep, slow breath. Feel the air filling your lungs, the very air that your future self is using to tell your story. You are the architect of a life that hasn't been fully built yet. Do not tear down the foundation before the walls have even gone up. You are loved by the divine, you are needed by the future, and you are held by the present. At Divine Therapy Inc., we want you to know that your story is far from over. This is just the part where the hero finds their strength. We are here to walk with you. We are here to help you hear the words of that letter from tomorrow. Stay for the garden. Stay for the children. Stay for the man or woman you are becoming. Carry this feeling of being chosen into your night. You have been chosen by life to exist, and that is not an accident. You have a purpose that is unique to your soul. Whenever the shadows grow long, reach for the letter in your heart. Remember the meadow. Remember the light. Thank you for staying. Thank you for breathing. You are a miracle in motion. Until next time, stay in the hope and remain in the light.